Hello and welcome to the I've Seen Everything Reaction Wrap-Up. My name's Andrew and I'm glad to have you here with me. This is where I share my thoughts, rating, and review following my most recent reaction or watch-along video. To find these reaction and watch-along videos, please visit @SeenEverything over on YouTube. Please be sure to click the follow button here on the podcast, and for those listening on Apple Podcasts, a rating and review would be greatly appreciated. And now, on to this episode's wrap-up for Forrest Gump.
Well, this is my thesis statement, folks. Before we get to the movie part, I just want to say this. I had a little bit of a different vision for this channel, as you may be aware at this point if you've watched me out here for any length of time. I've watched reaction channels for a few years now, and I've really enjoyed it, especially watching classic movies like this that I know well, and seeing how they resonate with people who are seeing them just for the first time now, different age groups, all kinds of things. This is one of the ones that really holds up. But this video I just made is kind of the thesis statement of this channel, that I think there is more to reaction videos than just first-time reactions. First-time reactions are important, but I think there is also something to revisiting movies you haven't seen in a long time with people, and watching some of your favorite movies with people, classic movies with people, movies that you probably know real well, but that are important to you and meaningful to you. And this is a meaningful movie to me. And I feel like I've been through something sitting here watching it with you. So I don't know how to look on camera, but hopefully my argument about there being other kinds of reaction videos that can work is at least somewhat made by a video like this. We'll see. But on to Forrest Gump. Where do you start? What do you say? I'm not going to say there's never been other movies like this. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie that tries to do what this movie did that does it more effectively than this movie. I mean, there are certain things that don't necessarily go as far into historical context and all this kind of stuff as it should. I mean, to say that their little moment with the Black Panther Party is an accurate representation of the Black Panther Party, or the turmoil going on in the country around Vietnam, or any of the rest of it. These incredibly important issues. It's not to say those are, incredibly accurate, great representations of what that time period was. But when you have a movie that you're trying to have a character lead you through these different parts of history and just give you a little, just touch on it briefly as you go, just give you a little moment into these things as you go by, I think it accomplished those things effectively. I think I've heard in recent years there's been criticism of this movie coming up short in certain ways, being short-sighted in certain ways as far as how it's chosen to tell certain parts of the story. I don't remember exactly what the criticism was offhand right now. If you know what it is and you want to let me know in the comments, remind me in the comments what it was. I'd be interested to read it. But looking at it as a whole, and as telling a story, a comedic and very dramatic at times story, a heartfelt story about someone just trying to live a life, trying to find their place in the world, trying to find a way to have the world accept them, trying to find a way to be happy, trying to just be a good person and do good things for no other reason than it's just his nature to do it. Forrest is somebody who, there's not really somebody he encounters whose life he makes worse. Maybe the guy he punched out that hit Jenny, but hell with that guy. He deserved it. He just tries to exist and find a place to exist, people that he can be around where he can do good things, try to help people, try to make people happy. Feeling like he had an obligation to live out this promise he made to Bubba, which really wasn't the promise he made to Bubba. The promise was that he and Bubba would go into the shrimping business together. But I guess he didn't like the idea after he lost his friend in such a horrible way. The idea that Bubba's dream would never come true. And so it's really a beautiful tribute to him and to his memory. It's like, no, this company that we were going to start is still going to happen, Bubba. It's going to happen. And your mama's not going to live in poverty anymore. It's going to change her life. It's going to change all these things for the better. And it was your idea. And even though you're not here to be part of it, even though you're not here to make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. It's a beautiful tribute to his friend. It really is. And his relationship with Jenny. He never changes how he feels about Jenny. He feels the same about Jenny from the moment he sits down on that bus, or the moment he heard her voice, to the moment she passed away. And he never turns his back on her, even though she hurts him in a way a couple of times that would definitely give him justification to. He just wants to be with her. He wants to be happy. And he has to sit there and wait until she's ready to allow herself the chance to be happy. Jenny was so messed up by what happened to her. What happened to her as a little girl. When she moved in with her grandmother, I imagine things improved. I'm hoping her grandmother at least cared about her some, and at least the abuse stopped. We never really hear, I don't think, what happened to her father. I mean, the police came and got her, so hopefully her father went to jail, but I mean, who knows in that time period. He wasn't there anymore, didn't appear, so maybe he died or something by the time she got back to the house. But Jenny's life was just chasing something to make her feel fulfilled, because primarily, it seems like just because she was so damaged from such a young age. She didn't really know how to be happy. She didn't really know how to have any value for herself. I'm not trying to let her off the hook for the way she hurt Forrest. She's responsible for those. But especially that last interaction where she leaves again before they're finally together for permanently until she passes. I see that sequence of clips as she's trying to be happy. She's been to the lowest place she can. She almost wasn't around anymore. And she finally was ready to try to turn herself around, but she still couldn't get all the way there. She couldn't allow herself just to stay there and be happy. She couldn't allow herself to feel like she deserved to be happy with someone like Forrest. Maybe she wasn't 100% sure she wanted to be with him, but it seemed like she was. The way she phrased it, you don't want to be with me, or you don't want to marry someone like me. It wasn't an indictment of him. She doesn't like herself. She doesn't think she deserves to be happy. And her running again was her not being able to deal with what had happened, or not being able to accept it. If she had, maybe she would have had a much longer and fuller life with him. Maybe she would have had that chance. Jenny was always running from something. But at least they got to have the time they did. They finally did get married, and they finally, even if it was only for a year, a few months, maybe a little over a year, whatever it was, they got to have their time together, or at least a little while. There's just so many emotional moments in this movie that are done so well. One that I haven't paid attention to in a while, quite the way that I did this time, and I mentioned it when we were watching it, when he's telling her all the things he saw. And he has a memory from his time in Vietnam, and he has a memory from his time on the shrimp boat, and he has a couple of different memories from his time when he was running. Just beautiful moments, beautiful scenery he saw, this kind of stuff, and tells her that she was with him. It's just the way that scene is laid out, the way that little sequence, that little quiet sequence is laid out, is just so beautiful. And for them to share that moment leading up into you died on a Saturday morning. It just happens, which is how death happens. Well, I didn't like this movie at all. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. I don't think I could sell that no matter how hard I tried. It's a wonderful movie. I love this movie. It does everything that it tries to do very effectively. If you have criticisms of the movie, put them in the comments. Let me know. Or if you love the movie too, or if you're anywhere in between, let me know how you feel about it. I'm very interested to hear. And I very much appreciate you sitting through all of this with me. This has been a long journey, and I'm going to go ahead and let us end it here. Wanted to go ahead and make sure to tell you to go have a look at the Patreon. The full-length reaction to this movie will be available over on the Patreon. There's other full-length reactions to movies over there. There's exclusive full-length reactions over there to TV shows we're watching. All kinds of good stuff to see over there. I hope you'll stop by and check it out. Everything over on the Patreon is free for the first week after it's posted, and then it goes into its Patreon tiers. So be sure to go over there and have a look. If you'd be so kind, please go ahead and rate, comment, and share this episode of the podcast. Really helps me out here. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching this movie with me. And I will see you on the next video. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the I've Seen Everything reaction wrap-up. Again, to find these reaction and watch-along videos, please visit @SeenEverything over on YouTube. Please consider following the podcast, and for those on Apple Podcasts, a rating and review are always appreciated. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll meet you here on the next episode.